what's the day in the life of a homeless?
You should just go downstairs and get one.
That's a YouTube video. Day in the life of a homeless.
Right, like you wake up in the morning, because let's just assume you don't have.
Where do you wake up? Like on the sidewalk?
Like, let's just assume you don't have a phone, because if how are you paying this bill? Right,
You'd be
could
surprised. I've had a bunch of people be like,
maybe.
"You want to look at my wife?" And it's like a picture of Jennifer Aniston.
No, but like some homeless people are like, "Yo, bro, I don't got no cash." Like, you do Zelle? I'm like, bro, how you got a Zelle?
See, that's a different
they
level.
pull out the iPad, flip it on you.
That's a different level. That must have been like a new, fresh homeless. Like it's not
homeless.
like you haven't been there for a while, but
A fresh one.
Because me personally, I don't know.
The longer they stay homeless, the less they have.
Well, you would assume so.
Yeah,
because
makes sense.
there's no way as you continue, then you start to grow an empire.
You know, zombies, like when you're freshly infected, they're kind of like this, but then like the deeper they get into the infected, they become like
you're super
start
zombie
missing eyeballs.
Right. So there's homeless-fied, I guess.
Homeless-fied,
individuals. Okay. But I would think you wake up in the morning. Let's just assume you don't have, a phone
Where do you wake
or
up?
anything.
Sidewalk?
Right?
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk or a bench somewhere. Let's just say you're not at a
and the bench
shelter,
is on a sidewalk,
right?
So
and I would assume there's like a race to the shelter every.
You think they wake up early? Or you think they wake up late?
I would say you wake up when the sun comes up. Really?
No, I've seen homeless people sleeping.
No, I mean I have as well, but I would assume if it was a day in the life of a homeless, you wake up in the morning, right? You wake up. Let's just say 7 a.m. You get up, right?
Push ups.
7 a.m. You get up. We'll just assume that you're stinky. Right? We'll just assume that you're stinky.
Accurate.
I would assume the very first goal of the day is to find somewhere to where you can clean yourself. So
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think they do that.
Well, no, it depends. Because, I mean, how at that point in the lifestyle, how urgent is it to go and get breakfast?
Yeah, I don't think I think your metabolism has slowed down so much that like, because even now, like I used to eat breakfast every day. Now I try to avoid it, and my metabolism caught up. So it's like I wake up, I'm not like I'm starving.
But you have a meal the night before. You probably eat well. You have a nice steak.
Yeah, but these dudes they're living fucking. No,
because if this is your lifestyle,
I'm not gonna lie. I think a homeless can outperform an average person as far as food wise. Like they can make.
Oh, absolutely, because you've been able to do so much more with less.
Little food consumption for a homeless would actually get them farther than an average human because their metabolism is so accustomed to like using that fuel. They have a more efficient engine than the average.
And I would assume if you could allocate something towards all that additional free time, they'd be able to be high functioning.
I don't think they clean themselves though, because if that were the case, there would be no. If they woke up every morning being like, "Let me go find a way to get clean," you wouldn't have any smelly homeless people. The reason they
that is true. Well,
they sit for like weeks in that filth, bro, and they're just
because that's what has me thinking. Like, what do you think is the first objective of the day?
They wake up, sit around for an hour, doing nothing. And they're like, "Man, I should go get some money today. I'm hungry.
Food."
Go get some money, get food.
Now, what would you say is the method of getting some money? Is it the begging on the street? Hey,
they're not getting money. They're gonna go to a dumpster and look for whatever scrap.
So I think some of them do that, but I do think some of them.
Yeah, there are some who do go get bottles, hustle for some bottles.
No, I mean go to dumpsters and try and find leftover food.
I've seen some going to the trash.
I work at a place and we have a dumpster outside, and I look at the security camera footage, and there's always a dude in our dumpster.
So I think that's one way to do it. I think those are the real homeless ones. I think if you're smart, you're just going to go beg on a corner. Think about it, because I did the math, right? I ran the math on that one time, and I'm like, yo, this intersection has the same guy there every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, this is your corner. You're like, this is your territory. You own this. What is stopping other homeless people from taking your corner? Nothing. You got to be, like, discouraging them somehow.
Right.
Because I know if I'm freshly homeless, I'm going to take the hottest corner. So this guy has the hottest corner. Maybe, I don't know, 5,000 cars a day. Think about it. If one out of every 200 cars were to give him like $20, $5 even.
Well, I mean, consider
200 cars
for $5. Yeah, probably $5. Probably between $5 and
that gets him like $125, $150 a day.
Well, then again, it all depends, because once you get to that red light, you could get some spare change here. It would just all depend on how much it is that you're getting. And I'm just thinking it would be
an 8-hour shift. He's getting at least like $150 a day.
I think it would be so. But then at $150 a day, granted, you have no savings account at that point. It's tax free, right? So, considering what you would be able to eat, I think truly you would be able to survive off of.
Facts.
Less than $50 just off of food alone.
There's a whole documentary about this. It's about like people that aren't really homeless, but what they do is they dress up as homeless people.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
They go to corners
in New
because
York,
they make more money doing that than fucking working a job.
Yeah, because
think about it. You work a job for $11 an hour minimum wage. You get taxed on that. You go homeless. You pay no taxes. You're clearing $200, $250 a day. Like, it's kind of.
And it all depends on how you do it. Because this is why I brought up earlier where, let's just say if you were to go to like a barber shop or something, you're like, hey, I'll do this for like $5 or maybe like $20 or something like that. Like, you don't got to get paid some super amount of money. Like, you're not asking for some sort of hourly wage, but you can do this from multiple different places. Like, you could go into a barber shop where probably peak hours would it'd be between like a 1 and a 7 p.m. Let's just say you were to pop in there. Most of them would open about like 10. It says some that open at 9, but let's say between 10 to 1. If there's a bunch of like hair that's around, you would just have to daily identify when's that peak period. Go in there, be like, hey, I'll sweep this for like $10. More often than not, the barbers, hey, $10. Hey, it is what it is. Now you just go to a bunch of different businesses. You do that around the time. Now you can make you cleared 100 at that time slot. And it probably took you less than an hour, because how long does it really take you to sweep hair? It's not going to take that long. So there's a lot of different options that are there, because you can either, I think, begging on the street, although it can be profitable to where you could get like that $150 to $250 a day, because there's so much people who's doing it, you got to also take into account how many
market
homeless
saturation of homeless beggars.
like how many
crazy
cars have passed numerous different homeless people. You could, if you're the first homeless that they saw,
like he's building
you
a
probably
business
have
out of
a
the
higher
economics of
probability.
homeless.
No, because my mind is running. I'm so curious about it. Like, because I don't want to come off like somebody who's like.
If we're gonna do a whole business breakdown, it's all about your pitch too.
Right.
The guy over there, he has a sign. He goes like this. He dances with it. I'm like, yo, I like this guy. I've given him money before.
Yeah, because if you got energy,
I see him every single day.
Right.
He's happy. He's like jamming. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy. If I'm gonna give one money, he's the one that's getting it.
Because somebody who has high energy, has high spirit, and you have the appearance of somebody who's making the best of your situation and still carrying said joy, versus somebody who's like, you're completely down on your luck.
It's gotten to the point where I drive past the intersection, I'm like, yo, my boy is not here today. What's going on? Where is he? Is he okay?
Yeah.
I think about him. Like last time he wasn't there, I was like, is he good? Where's he at? I need my boy right here. He became a staple. He's a landmark of that corner now. And like,
right. You know, now that I got my mind thinking.
So his marketing is good, better than, because I see some guys that are like, man, I'm not gonna give you money.
Yeah, because I've seen people in Manhattan where you'll be laying like on the street, you'll have a sign like you're going through something. Whenever I see like a veteran or something, like, oh, that's unfortunate. Because I've had a lot of different times where I bought some homeless some food, and I've had a time, I've told the story before where I was walking with my buddy. He had given out dollars, and then we got to the point where he was out of dollars, and then the last homeless person who saw him give it to another homeless, the last of his dollars, he like cursed him out. It's like, yo, you just saw me help 20 because I couldn't help you, then
there's the thing,
it's
like
fuck
unethical like way to make the world a better place. And it's like, get a bunch of counterfeit money, give them away to all the homeless people.
Oh my God.
The homeless people will then try to use this counterfeit money, which is illegal. It's a felony. They'll go to jail. When they go to jail, not only do you clean up your streets, but you also give them a home and you give them food.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure immediately. Now, it's a very unethical way to actually get them inside of it.
And then you clean up your city, and then you give them housing, and it's like everyone wins.
Almost immediate, because the amount of counterfeits that you can give out within a day, because you could probably buy counterfeit, like you could get like Diddy bucks or Usher bucks. You could get some Usher bucks. Well, technically Usher Diddy. I mean, but you could get yourself some Usher bucks. On like Amazon, or you could get like fake dollars for nothing. You could give out a great deal. So let's just say if you had 1,000 people go and do this, you're probably, by the end of the day, 40 to 400,000 homeless individuals probably in their hands would have counterfeit money.
And then literally you just clean up the city.
But within
housing.
a week, the moment that they would identify like, yo, we have a pandemic of homeless with counterfeit money, they're going to set up a situation where, like, you know what? We're not going to put them in prison.
Damn.
So then they're going to leave you out. Well, maybe not so much prison, but jail.
That's
but we're not going to do it
bro.
because there'd be an overabundance of individuals. Because you know that's
screwing
not.
people over again.
Yeah,
they're
not going to look to help
housing.
the people. They're definitely not going to do that.
We're not going to give you housing. We're not going to give you food. Stay on the streets is crazy. Right.